Good evening, I'm Luther Rutherford. On the ground floor of the Fine Arts Building at Normandale Community College, a peculiar sight has captured the attention of its student body and faculty members. Unlike the other windows on this floor, office number F1258 has a set of blinds that have remained unexplainably dilapidated. For months now, the window of this small corner office has been turning heads, leading many people, including myself, to speculate on the real reasons for keeping them up at all. Hoping to find some definitive answers, I've arranged an interview with the occupant of F1258, Carrie Komodo.
I'm academic dean for the Division of Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, and Education.
For the last 5 months I've passed by your office, and the blinds have been this way. And from what I can tell, they've been this way for quite some time. How long have they actually been in their current state?
46 weeks and 2 days. No, 1 day.
That's remarkably specific. Are you always so fastidious with keeping track of time?
Generally speaking, I think kind of a numbers kind of person, so I like to keep track of things like that.
Fascinating. Well, so tell me, Carrie, why have you kept the blinds this way?
So the story is these blinds are pretty old, and the blind actually broke one time when I was trying to adjust it. Okay, because there's strings that make the vanes go up and down and all that. So one of the strings broke, and then just by chance, as it broke, it made this nice little curve, which I actually think is aesthetically pleasing. So it looks like some kind of sculptural element, really. So that broke, and then your assumption that, yeah, at some point it'd be fixed was a good one, but what happened was I put in an order to building services to have it fixed, and then I got back a reply saying, yes, it'd be fixed, but it's going to come out of one of your budgets that I'm in charge of. And I thought, wait a minute, my budgets are for personnel and instructional costs. To me, this is not an instructional cost. It should be something that building services takes. Again, I think it was a happy accident that it happened to break in this manner, so it actually has led to an unbelievable number of discussions, because, of course, lots of people walk by here and they start getting the same thoughts that you did at first, oh, the blinds just broke, so it can be fixed at some point. But then when they weren't fixed after weeks and then months, people started wondering, well, wait a minute, just like you did, this is a fine arts building. Maybe this is some kind of a sculpture or some kind of artistic statement. And so the other thing that, by happy accident, the way it broke, it still gave me some protection from the sun in the fall, or during the summer, because obviously in the afternoon when the sun comes in, and I'm sitting here at the computer, it can be hard to see, but this happened to break right here, and it provides enough cover so that I can still work at the computer and not worry about the sun bothering me that much. So
I'm intrigued by the myriad of challenges proposed by such a seemingly simple job. Having been told the onus was yours, this suddenly became a ethical issue.
Yeah, in some ways, exactly. So again, I think that's right, that I was just kind of making a statement that, if I'm managing certain kinds of funds that are supposed to be used for instruction, then I don't think this is appropriate use of those funds. So eventually this is actually going to get fixed, because there was enough conversation over time, and I think even the president walking by, because he does park out in the ramp fairly regularly, started noticing it, and then the vice president for finance then got wind or notice of the fact that this is broken, so he came and talked to me, and so eventually it turns out that building services will actually pay for the replacement of the blinds, which, at first I was glad, but now I'm kind of thinking that I kind of like the buzz that it generates, and I like the fact that people notice that it's like this. And again, I think, if you look at it long enough, it has some artistic qualities, aesthetic appeal to it. And I think being the dean of STEM, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, I also see some mathematical applications here too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like this could be described by the right set of equations the way it is arranged. So
Contrary to what most people might assume about those windows, I had always hoped that the true story was more than meets the eye. Having said that, the blinds are due to be replaced anytime soon. Anything about them you'd care to reflect on?
well, yeah, I mean, it's again, it was just an accident, but again, a very happy accident. I think sometimes artistic expression can be an accident like this, and depending on your eye, some people just look at that and see a broken blind, but other people can look at this and see, there's some artistic qualities to it, there's some aesthetics to it, and there's you could generate all kinds of stories about what's going on behind this, and so I really at first was happy to get new ones, but now I'm kind of thinking, that it's been like this for so long that I really like it, and I like the fact that people think about it when they walk by, so they're not just walking by getting ready for classes or whatever, they stop or at least take note of the fact that, hey, what's going on here?
Hours after our interview, I received an email from Mr. Komodo informing me that shortly after our meeting, building maintenance had arrived to replace the blinds. I can't help but think that my activity may have been responsible for fast-tracking the repair. For Channel 9 In Action News, I'm Luther Rutherford.